Oh, let me see where I am. Who is next? I was going to do Namaste, Aries. Sorry, I got caught on a loop. I need to speak to my production manager. Oh, forgot. I am the production manager. Anyway, hi Aries. My name's Case, and welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your November 1st through to the 15th read. Okay, Aries, as you may or may not know, we're about Mercury is retrograde from the 31st of October until around the 20th of November. So it's not a good time to go into relationships. Travel will be delayed. Do not sign any contracts because it will have a lot of issues around the contract. You know, times after, just like if you go into a relationship, you'll see as time goes on that you know it wasn't the right relationship, or you entered into things too quickly. Anywho, we're going to get on with your reading. Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, energy for Aries. We have the Nine of Swords. It's about darkest spheres. This is about a lot of mental conflict. Because we're seeing so many different phases of the moon, I would say that it's been going on for quite some time. You've been feeling extremely emotional about this. You haven't been eating, not sleeping, you know, constantly feeling anxious. Okay, Aries. And on the base of the deck, we've got Change Your Focus, which is represented by the Five of Cups. This is about somebody that's aggrieved. It could also represent a divorced person, someone that's crying over spilt milk. But what you're failing to understand is that you will get through the worst of it and move on to a new phase in your life. Birds on the card represent that once you get over this, whatever this anxiety is, you will be leveling up, raising your vibration, going to a different level of thinking, of being. Okay. What jumped out is the throat chakra. Okay. This tells me that your throat chakra is obviously located in your throat, okay? And when it's balanced, you're able to express yourself, speak your truth. You know, if it's overactive, you're speaking too much, you're boring people. Shut it. Anyway, and if your throat chakra is underactive, you can't express yourself, you're afraid to speak. So, I mean, we're going to have to actually dive a bit deeper to understand how the throat chakra is showing up for you. Okay? Because if you're up and you're concerned, it's been going on for a long time, and you're not able to speak on what it is that is actually causing all of this anxiety. And on the base of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay? It speaks of success and growth. So it talks about things moving on quickly. You know, this is messages going backwards and forwards. This is telling me that you may even be traveling. But in order to get this success and growth, because look at how the vines are coming up around the head. You need to get out of your head. You need to get out of your head. Evict yourself. if it's possible. There's been a few times in my life when I had to evict my own damn self out my head. Sure did. I had to say, pack your bags. That way of thinking is wrong. Anyhow, let's get the energy for Aries. November 1st through to the 15th. Energy for my Aries. One card to start off, please. Energy for Aries. Okay. We have Choose Wisely. This is represented by the Seven of Cups. This is telling me that you either have many options, or you're not actually focusing on anything in particular. You have no focus. It could possibly mean you may even have too much alcohol in your life. I don't know, but we will dive deeper. This is the concern right now. In your negative forces, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This is positive movement forward. Why that will be a negative force, we will definitely have to clarify that. I'm getting the urge to shuffle. This is the, sorry, the negative forces. For the positive forces, we have 18. This is 18 black. This is the shadow side. You're facing your shadow side. 18 black is also represented by the major arcana, the moon, which could tell me that either you're deceiving yourself or somebody is deceiving you. It speaks about things that are in the dark coming to light. But it looks like you're holding on to your one rod of passion still. Actions that you may or may not have taken. You may or may not take over the next 2 weeks. Emotional withdrawal. Okay, so you've got 8 and 8. This talks about change. This talks about taking a step back and re-evaluating your situation before you move forward. Because this 8 follows the 9, because, you know, if you're feeling really anxious and you're feeling emotionally withdrawn at the moment, it's all like it's almost as though you're praying for some kind of way out of this situation that you find yourself in, Aries. And on the base of the deck, we have the one of blue, which is triumphant success. This is the Ace of Swords. This is represented. This, to me, it speaks of you cutting out the BS, you having clarity of mind to read between the lines. It's like whatever the situation was, is counting you out for dead, but you stuck your hand out the ground with the sword and said, nah, something's gone on here and I need to cut it out. You need to step into your emperor power because you've had some kind of enlightenment. You need to boss your shit up. Walk in your authority, Aries. You need to pull yourself together. The sword is represented by the mental and sword is represented by the mental, and it's associated with courage and having the will, the gumption to actually make these changes. You know, it's all to do with the intellect and communication. So you are gonna be speaking your truth. Whatever was keeping your throat chakra blocked, keeping you in fear and anxiety, you will be speaking up about your truth. I'm going to clarify with the After Tarot deck. Why is the 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups in the main concern? What do they have to choose wisely over? Whatever the situation that you was in, you're not prepared to offer anything more in the situation. You're feeling disappointed and you're looking for a new direction. Having the cloud in the background could speak of some confusion that you was in, but whatever confusion that is, you ain't in that confusion anymore. That is not your place of residence anymore. Why is the 8 of Cups here? We have another 8 on this 8. You know, that's the infinity sign. It's the Strength card. The Strength card is represented by Leo energy. So whatever situation that you're having to look at your other options because you're not prepared to offer to anymore because it was causing a lot of confusion, you've resisted some temptation. You know, and you're being patient and compassionate with your own self. Why is the 8 of Pentacles? Why is there positive movements in the negative forces area? Why is there positive movement in the negative forces area? The 8 of Pentacles speaks of new projects. It could also speak of going into education. But in this card, it's depicted as you going across water. When a boat means a new direction, as well as deep thought, as well as the blue is telling me that you've had a lot of deep thought about this situation. Why is the 8 of Red here? Everything's falling in my lap. Judgment's been called on the situation, is telling you to move in a new direction. Okay. Judgment is judgment appears when it's being divinely guided. You know, it's giving you inspiration to continue to move into a new direction. Judgment is represented by water, fire, and Pluto energy. Pluto is the planet of change. No, Pluto is the planet of transformation. Okay. You're being divinely guided to let this situation go. Never noticed this on the card. That looks like ice at the back. Ice is telling me that it's like a waiting game. It's like you isolated yourself to get this divine guidance to move on from this situation. I'm not going to take that. I'm going to put it back in the pack. Why is the 18 black here? Why is shadow here? Why is shadow here for Aries? What is it that they need to face? Are they being tricked by somewhere? Why is the shadow side in the positive outcome? Yeah. It's telling you to hold this one rod of passion. What was in the dark has come to light, and it's telling you to move on. A boat again, another boat. That's two boats moving to a different direction. This gentleman is holding the Four of Swords, so you've had a chance to, you actually want to remove yourself from this situation. You're making a head over heart decision with the Two of Swords here in the back. And it's whether it's you and children, you're moving on. Children speak of a new beginning. Hope of a new beginning, going into a different direction. This is what, one? You've got two cards about moving on. Three cards, because we also have the Eight of Wands here. And as I picked up the Eight of Wands, what's underneath it? Seven of Black. Move. Seven of Black is represented by the Chariot. Chariot is Cancer energy. It speaks about rushing into a situation and knowing that you're going to be successful. And if you are going to a new situation with someone, it's going to be teamwork. You're not bound to each other, because you can just slip that knot if you wanted to. And it's going to be a situation that is going to be successful, that is going to have a lot of love and emotion swelling around. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here for Aries? Again, we have another major arcana. This is also the God card, God's official stamp. Something came to light and you've had to move on from this situation. You know, you're being divinely guided. We've got we've got 5 here. 5 represents conflict. And it also, the Hierophant also represents the tradition of marriage, things being done in a traditional way. So you're moving on to something that is more traditional. There was a lot of things that were hidden from you, a lot of trickery in your past that you're leaving behind, and you want something more traditional, truthful in your future. That is why the shadow side is in your positive factors. Okay, actions that you may or may not have taken. We have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, this is emotional withdrawal. It speaks of moving on. This is turning your back from the situation that caused a lot of emotion with all this water here. It also looks like he's wishing or pointing to distant horizons, wanting to get in his boat, get in the boat, and move in a different direction. Why is the 8 of green here? Why is the 8 of green here? It's like you're going to have to face your darkest fears. You're afraid to be alone, Aries? You're never alone. God is always with you. You just have to get quiet enough to hear God speak to you. You're never alone. We have the Page of Pentacles. So you're wanting to offer to somebody else or to something else. Or a pair of hands, helping hands are coming to help you with the situation. You're definitely contemplating, definitely contemplating this new project, this new beginning that you're wanting to move towards. Another card for the Page of Pentacles. Again, we have the 7 of Cups. See? Choose wisely. So this is telling me that even though you have lots of options, you have to be careful. Not that you're not building castles in the sky, because with all of this grey cloud here, you are still confused coming out of this situation. Look at that. Yeah, the situation with a snake. But you will have many options, but you have to choose wisely. You're definitely going to have to think. You know what I mean, ask God. He'll always let you know whether or not you're doing the right thing. Why is the 7 of Cups turning up again for Aries? Wow, that's a lot. Can't take all these cards. Can't take all these cards. Oh, that was there already. We've got an 8 and a 7. The 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, the emotional situation that you're moving away from was this, whatever the situation was, they didn't see your worth. They never saw your worth, and they had many options. But you're learning new things now. You're learning new things, and even though it was heart-wrenching, you did a lot of soul searching. You're picking up your how and your 1 pentacle, and you're moving on to distant horizons, new things. You're getting in that boat, and you're going to go into a new direction. You're going to speak your truth and face your darkest fears. Okay, let's get some advice. Divine Universe, Holy Spirit, some final advice for Aries. It says valiant courage, take action with passion. So put your back into it. You're still holding on to this one rod of passion. It looks like the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, okay, the Knight of Wands is about good news. Okay, it could also mean a change of residence, and it's also saying good vibes about a relationship that you may be moving towards. Because you're raising your vibration. It says take action with passion. So you're going to be meeting people along the way, along your new journey, that are going to support you, that are being sent to you by the divine, because I told you, judgment is here. Divine has stepped in this situation. We've even got God's official stamp with the Hierophant right here, guiding you on this new path. Because you will reach your destination. You will find your Shangri-La after this long journey that you've actually been through. Once you've resisted temptation, don't offer to situations that no longer serve you, because they cause you confusion. You was unable to choose wisely for such a long time. But you're facing your darkest fear now and speaking your truth. Okay, that was my reading for Aries, November 1st to the 15th, with me, Case, at Frequency Phoenix 555. Hit that big thumbs up for me if you enjoyed this read, if it resonated for you. If you'd like a personal reading from me, please email me at frequencyphoenix555@gmail.com. Namaste.